We're about to commence the second half. The officials are on the field conferring as they bringing on two substitutes. That is, Somerset is bringing on two substitutes. It looks like number 13 for Somerset is Trey Harvey, and number 18 is Deontay Woods. Deontay Woods, number 18. And it looks like they're being substituted for Jazz Rattery Smith, and who's number 11, and number 24, Damon Swan. No, sorry, maybe not. Jazz's Rattery Smith remains on the field, playing a wide position here on the right side, but Damon Swan's number I saw was coming out, and I don't know who the other one was going in for, but 18 and 13 are now into the match. Two youth really playing at the top of the attacking sequence for Somerset, and Town was quickly able to spot what that was about, and this is going to be, oh my lord, a scoring opportunity within 60 seconds, a dispossession happening as a result of Dandytown's prowess and speed, resulting in the ball being struck high and wide into the netting. Ball should have been deposited in the back of the net, but obviously the scoring boots of Goder, number 8, is not quite been established this early in the season. So as a result, Shaquille Bean will be striking this ball, and up go two players, knocked on nicely by number 7, and Dandytown recover defensively, and as a result, Brandon knifes the ball down the side, and number 22, and the ball swept away. Brendan Minus will throw the ball and thrown to Angelo Simmons, and Angelo looks and he stops, and Janazi Swan was also stopped, and the ball's knocked back into touch, and Brandon will start almost in the exact same position of throwing the ball. He looks, he goes into the box, long throw, no touch was made, and the ball rolls directly to Shaquille Bean, who brings the ball under control into his penalty area and drives the ball wonderfully down the center of the park. This is a running play, ladies and gentlemen, headed away. Town looks to sweep, and unfortunately it's going to be contested, but they also get it away with the head, and Town look to sweep it again high in the air away from danger. Ball's going to be contested in the air, attempted to be brought under control by Somerset player, but knocked into touch. Dandytown take the throw quickly. Ball swept over the top, and a retreating Somerset defense sweeps the ball into touch on the far left-hand side. Janazi Swan quickly retreats, looks for a quick throw, throws to Brendan. Brendan knocks inside. Angelo Simmons sweeps the ball to Nazi. He goes baseline. He's got two converting on him, and it was defensively knocked away, and referee Augustus right there to rule that the ball retains possession within the Dandytown Hornets, who will throw again. Deep. Brandon looks, he goes to throw long into the box, and it's swept away out of danger, and as a result, nicely done, and as a result gone into touch, where the Dandytown Hornets will start the game with the throw. Brandon Miners right at the half, goes long, found this player, and there's a bump. Yep, there was a bump. Hands up as well on his back, and referee Augustus, after the ball did run free, but the player was definitely stopped from getting the ball as a result of the defensive move that was put on by the Somerset Trojan player, and it was illegal. Angelo Simmons is on this. He will look to sweep the ball across. It is swept across, and this is an opportunity, and it's in the back of the net, ladies and gentlemen. pushed into the back of the net. And the Dandytown Hornets draw first blood here in the Bermuda Football Association football season here on this occasion at the Goose Gosling Field within the competition of the Charity Cup. The ball was swept in. No one was able to hit the ball in the defensive way, and as a result, I think Brendan Miners was able to actually. Yeah, I think so. A couple of attempts were made by a few Dandytown players, but he was the one that was able to push it finally over the line, and as a result, in this 50th minute, second half, ball, Dandytown seems to have gained a bit of confidence on the attack again. Angelo Simmons drawn a crowd there, and as a result, trying to break away from two, but he does retain possession for his team with a throw-in, and as a result, we'll restart this match with that. He throws to Goder, goes back to Simmons, and Simmons attempts to roll, and unfortunately, the ball was knocked into touch, but the possession stays with the Dandytown Hornets. They're attacking the Somerset defensive line right now, the defensive third, the deep as a result, and the long throw will happen again into the penalty area by Brendan, the captain, and this is ball's doing better, and as a result, the keeper wasn't able to catch cleanly, but the defense were able to actually get it away. Turned inside, and Somerset are able to get it away there. Oh, it's an interesting move. Both, his head is down. Taj Wade, they had a breaking player. A good run by Jazz Rattery Smith, but Taj Wade was down. Head dribbling, running with the ball there. Town take possession and hold possession through Angelo. The ball is swept over the top. Nazi Swan receives this, not cleanly, but has to go back for support. Ball's pumped on the inside. Goder attempts to go inside, and Smith tries to go around this player. Janazi gets the ball and turns it to the inside. Inside out play, and just too much on it. Unfortunately, Goder was able to, knocked it a bit too long. Knocked over the top. Swept into the middle of the park. This should be contested with the head. Oh, and Taj Wade skied, but he got body first before he got the ball, and was judged quickly, and Dandytown's away again on the right hand side. They're gaining numbers. An early sweep inside, and it's an interesting move. A drive along the, and as a result, and that's a foul on Taj Wade, as Town was getting a little excited in the possibility of putting another ball in the back of the net, trying to make the old onion bag bulge again, but they were not able to do that, and Taj Wade dispossessed on the dribble again, and Dandytown looked to move the ball forward in groups, swept over the top, and the ball is met by an advancing goalkeeper, and Somerset needs to regroup. Beautifully swept in by Goder. Miners is looking to go across, and as a result, the ball goes to Shaquille Bean, who quickly grabs, and as a result, Goder stayed with the ball. And defensively, Jazz Rattery Smith goes back. Ball goes downside. Inside, and then wonderfully knocked too long, and the keeper cleanly collects, and in the form of Crockwell. Good catch by him. Good call. And as a result, the ball is kicked right back, knocked down, swept back again. So running play in the favor of Somerset, right back. Watch the push. Somerset retained possession, and as a result, a foul is adjudged on the on the Somerset player, and Dandytown will take possession deep, far left of the field, where goalkeeper Crockwell comes out to set the ball and to restart this particular match. So the score remains at 1 to the benefit of Dandytown Hornets. Ball's driven up to Angelo Simmons, who cleanly collects, pushes the ball through. Wonderful athletic move by Adolphus Lambert to stop that attacking sequence, but Dandytown continue on, and Somerset now have gotten the ball under control through Taj Wade on far left-hand side of the field, and a wonderful sliding tackle swept the ball into touch, halting that particular attacking sequence by the Somerset Trojans. Ball goes back to Adolphus Lambert, and he's muscled off the ball, and Dandytown get the benefit of a throw which was defensively won by Somerset, who temporarily knocked it into touch. Moves the ball down about 15 to 20 yards, and Dandytown will get to throw this ball again, putting more pressure to what is a 1-0 score in their favor and the ball swept in early and caught by the goalkeeper Shaquille Bean, who drops it in front, comes out of his area, looks to drive center, and wonderfully brought down, and it should be rolled. Nice move in between two, and as a result, not bad. There should be a turn, and it's met though defensively, and there should be a strike, and a corner should have been won. And another substitution. I thought it came off of the defender, but there's a substitution now happening for the Somerset Trojans. Number 26 is coming in for number 10, and number 26 is Mackay Joel, and out comes Taj Wade, number 10. Yeah. So Joel's in, Mackay Joel for Taj Wade. That exchange has been done. The referee is looking to rule that the game will be started, and a potential another sub for the Dandytown Hornets. Their first coming up shortly. Swept over, and the ball's put defensively. Not bad. Nicely knocked inside. You should release him. Early ball. Too bad. Good defensive move there. Oh, nice. But again, wonderful defensive scenario. Put the ball, his body between. Joel's first touch. Nicely done. Oh, and a wonderful moving feet of Janazi Swan blocked that particular attempt to cross the ball, and his feet are always on the move, and the ball is knocked into touch in the favor of Somerset, but out comes number 17 for the Dandytown Hornets, and in goes number 9 being Lynn Tucker, and out comes Sky Furbert. So Dandytown's first sub, and unfortunately a throw into the box was met with a touch that went straight into touch over the baseline, and Dandytown will get to clear their lines as a result. And the ball swept. Swan is up, and as a result, and a foul was adjudged on the Somerset Trojans, which will result in a free kick. Brendan Minor steps up, captain, he sweeps it inside to number 9, who will go across the field. A nice flick in there. Lynn Tucker attempted to, and a nice kick, and it's swept away by, headed right back. An attempt to actually get the ball under control was cut out by the defense of Dandytown, and they are raiding now on the right hand side. They're in the final third. The attempt to bring it under control caused a, oh yes, an attempt to cross it was now blocked out wonderfully by Somerset, and Dandytown will get a corner. I think it's maybe one of their second corner of the match, really. And let's see exactly what they do as a result. It looks like another potential sub is going to be taking place in the favor of Dandytown, but not before this corner. And here comes the corner. Swept in nicely. Pushed on. Lynn Tucker will come out. He's on this ball. He goes baseline. Oh. And as a result, Somerset come away. Whoa! We are going to have a substitution in favor of Dandytown. In comes number 10. No, is it 10? Yeah, Cordair Maynard is coming in. And out is number 14, Fabian Frankson, who's been very active in this particular game, left and right. And he gets a great congratulations from his coach. And Brendan throws it long. It's an interesting throw, brought under control, and a flick, and as a result covered, and unfortunately wasn't able to be cleared. So the Dandytown gets the favor of the possession. Thrown back to Miners. Miners sweeps into the inside to Tucker. Tucker continues to sweep along, and it drops back into the defensive side to Wilkinson. Wilkinson goes to the right back, down the side. Good ball movement here, about 7 touches, and a wonderful follow-up run has brought this ball past the defensive line of the midfield, but Wande Lathan goes over the top, and unfortunately an attempt to run the ball in past the defense by number 10 Maynard didn't quite work out, and the ball should be swept away. And it's swept away to Janazi Swan, and he's going to try to bring under control. And unfortunately, Adolphus Lambert was there. He missed, and Swan is driving. Tucker, Lynn Tucker, tried to put a good foot to that. That was a good strike. At around 35 yards. Got it up just a little bit too high, but the idea was right. And Shaquille Bean puts his ball back into play. Up skies 2 players, and it's knocked on. Cut out by the Dandytown central defender and retrieved on the far right hand side. Turn there. Oh, almost a miss pass there. Swan goes in and slipped around wonderfully, and Somerset come away. And this is okay. Long ball, nicely flicked defensively, and Dandytown's able to go back and bring this under control. Ball's allowed to go into into the goalkeeper's hands, and Shaquille put pressure, and the ball should be knocked. Oh! Goalkeeper Shaquille was left to fend for himself after misplaying the ball previously, wasn't able to get back to his goal and felt that he better become active as a player, and he fouled Angelo Simmons outside the box. And a one-man wall is being set up by Somerset. Ball struck in, well caught by, and if he, what is he doing? He's lost his mind. He's lost his mind. He's lost his mind. Definitely rattled. Not seeing Shaquille get rattled like that. He's totally forgotten his role as a player, and as a result, number 15 was able to deposit the ball over him because Shaquille had left. Number 15 on the Dandytown Hornets, Janazi Swan was able to put that ball in, number 15. Janazi Swan. And there is 2 substitutions taking place now here. Number 20 for the Dandytown Hornets. Or first of all, going in number 16, Sean Smith is going in for the Somerset Trojans. And he's being substituted in for number 7, Leo Burgess. The goal was coming in the 65th minute, and Somerset, Dandytown has gone on the scoreboard in the 65th minute, and Janazi Swan, the goal score is coming out in favor of number 20, Sion Darrow. He's had a wonderful match, very, very active player. Feet are constantly moving, constantly looking to bear an angle on the ball, and Somerset lose possession to Dandytown by putting pressure on the ball, and the ball swept to the middle of the park. They retain possession there. Lynn Tucker goes to the central defender. Central defender goes out to Brandon on the left-hand side. The ball goes into touch. Jeez. We have another substitution taking place for the Dandytown Hornets, one of their final subs. Number 23 is getting ready to go in, and that is Dominique Lambert. And out comes number 5, Timon Daniels. And the score, as you know, is 2 to the good of the Dandytown Hornets. Second goal coming in the 65th minute. And a free kick by Brandon Miners, taken short. Push into the interior. Somerset gets the benefit of this possession, and a wonderful read. Taken down, pushed into the interior really nicely. On they go. Lathan is on that, and the ball is going out. Coolidge Storm steps up, number 19. He takes the throw in early, and as a result, the ball gets knocked. Ball's down into the final third of Somerset Trojans, and number 23 is looking to get around the last player. And the ball, and there's been a foul judged on Dandytown Hornets, and number 22 steps up and leaves the ball for Coolidge Storm. Durham's looking, surveying the field. Durham sweeps the ball. And a tame shot on goal is allowed to just bounce wide by Mikhail Crockwell. Had that ball been really volleyed with earnest onto goal, could have caused some difficulty for Crockwell. But I think the player was just trying to set. And I'm stand corrected. There's maybe a 5-sub scenario then in this particular match. It is a charity match. And cut out. Knocked inside. Jazz Rattery-Smith's on the dribble. Tries to slip. It's a good tracking back. Jazz Rattery-Smith still onside. The cover's there. He goes baseline. Oh! And as a result, the referee has adjudged that that was a dive to a certain degree. And the ball was allowed to run into touch, and the goalkeeper restarted the match for the Dandytown Hornets. Ball's down the right-hand side. A good running play is taking place, but run out of real estate as well. And the ball is turned over in favor of the Somerset Trojans. Ball's been dispossessed. Hornets are on the rail again. It's Goder. Goder's gonna, and there is a corner that's going to result as a result of an attempted cross by the Dandytown Hornets. Somerset retreating to actually set up defensively. Motion for a short kick, a short corner is given by number 26. By a Dandytown player, but it was covered by number 26 of Somerset. The ball is then headed away out of danger. And Lynn Tucker is on that. Lathan pumps the ball back in. Lynn Tucker's on this again, and he's dispossessed. And Somerset, just a little bit too much by number 9 of the Somerset Trojan, trying to feed Olton Trott, trying to feed Jazz Rattery-Smith. And the ball's in the hands of the goalkeeper, Crockwell. Crockwell boots this ball out. Dolphus Lamas sweeps it back. Ball stays in play, and Crockwell has to come out astutely because of an advancing Somerset player. Ball's in possession of the defensive line. A wonderful move by Adolphus to defensively. He's a very athletic player. You have to do a lot to get around him. And they swarm. And now Dandytown will sweep. Lathan has got this ball. He should go. No, he doesn't. He turns, finds Lynn Tucker. Lynn Tucker will go back to the other side. Looks like they found Goder. And Goder's trying to stay alive, and he does. And that's an offside. Definitely. Well ahead of the play. And I've got to credit the defensive line again of the Somerset Trojans, remaining ever so diligent and true. And now we've got number 7, Damon Ming, one of the veterans of this particular Dandytown squad, being substituted for a younger player again, one of the up-and-coming, Goder, who's actually played a wonderful game. Tomiko Goder's come out to allow Damon to get in on his charity cup. He's played so many of them. Lathan cuts it back, and Durham sweeps it in. And an errant attempt on goal by Jared Rattery Smith. I think he had support there too, but chose to try the shot. Thought he might have been in the center of the goal, but was not. He was on the far right hand side. The ball goes wide, way high. And Macau Crocker will take the goal kick, and the ball is swept, and it will go directly into touch, and Somerset will get the benefit. We've got 15 minutes remaining in this particular match. Durham steps up, and the ball is swept over the defensive line just partially, and they call for handball, knocked on, and a wonderful move. An errant play, again, a good fight by number 9. And he's actually the one who's keeping the play alive from an attacking sequence, but they're not rewarding themselves by getting the ball across to their forwards. Ball's being thrown. Did it come in? I don't know if it came in. Did not come in. And as a result, a throw, a knock in the back, a sweep, a layback. Oh, and definitely a foul. And I think the referee's going in his pocket. And there's another yellow card for the player. Don't know it. And Coleridge Storm is on this, number 19. He's going to try to sweep the ball across. It's well done. And as a result, it's a corner. Yes, I thought so as well. Somerset's looking for a corner, and they get it. They've got some work to do regarding attacking the ball in the air. There doesn't seem to be a player that's hungry to do that. Some good deliveries. Another great delivery. Headed down defensively. There should be 2 touches on this. Not done in the case. Number 9 gets this back. He does have a fight in him. Swept to the side and defensively knocked away by the Dandytown Hornets. And as a result, they'll get the benefit of the throw. Somerset will. Still pressure on the Dandytown Hornets as a result. The ball is thrown. A dribble ensues. A sweeping of the ball. And it's going to be met defensively and swept away. And Coleridge Storm's going to have to retreat all the way back just beyond his halfway line to restart the play. He throws to his keeper. His keeper should come right back to him, but he may go long, and he does. Brandon Minus knocks it on. It's an opportunity to score, and Crockwell comes astutely and quickly, smothers the ball with one hand, and is able to make sure that Dandytown does not concede any goals, but they're on the attack right now. Angelo Simmons is looking to spin. Whoa! Angelo Simmons has evaded 2, 3, and there it is. And the Somerset number 25 is livid about that. He saw he should have had a penalty down the other side 10 minutes ago. Angelo Simmons, after doing some magic there on the ball, was able to get into the box. Dandytown, Somerset Trojan players defensively panicked, swept Angelo off his feet, and now they have an opportunity. That is, Dandytown has an opportunity to add to this 2-0 score as a result. And we'll wait and see whether or not Angelo will actually take his own. He is one of his, they're given, and it looks like he will. Number 19, Angelo Simmons will look to take his own thing, and he's 5 steps back. The referee has asked him to make sure the ball is within touching distance of the spot in the penalty area. The goalkeeper, Shaquille, is looking to, and here we go. Oh, straight down the center. Angelo was able to do that, and the score now moves to 3 in favor of the Dandytown Hornets. No score, no reply by the Somerset Trojans. And as a result, it looks as if this match has been put out of reach. It is a charity match, the beginning of the 2015-16 season for the Bermuda Football Association. A good contest. Somerset, I'm sure, was looking to do a little bit better. And as a result, this is an opportunity. And that's an infraction, definitely. Beach. Sorry, Angelo Simmons was just a little slight tug. And as a result, the referee, Augustus, saw that. I'm sure he was looking to get back on the score sheet after his scoring that penalty. And a good sweep away quickly to get this ball out of danger. Not for too long. Somerset looking to get back. And there's been a foul adjudged there on the Dandytown player. And Somerset will get the benefit of a free kick on the far left-hand side of the field. The whistle's going for that to commence. Ball swept in nicely by Adolphus Lambert. This should be met in the air. And it was defensively met in the air, but Somerset will retain possession. And nope, Jazz Red Smith has been dispossessed. Somerset get it back. Jazz is back out to receive this ball. He's on the move, he's on the dribble, and he's going to be cut out there. Professional foul. Boris Storm was not going to let number 10 break away. Just touched him there. Ball swept in. It's allowed to bounce through. Found this player on the left-hand side. Brandon drives it in low. Oh, and it goes all the way. Untypical of the ball to run all that distance, all the way to the far left-hand side of the field. And Somerset are able to clear their lines. Wilkinson will pick this up, and Damon Ming looks to retreat, and he gets it. And Lynn Tucker looks to deal with this end of the park. And Brandon Miners mistouches that and knocks it into touch. And as a result, throw by the Somerset and met by Lynn Tucker defensively, and the ball goes into touch into the final third of the Dandytown Hornets, where they'll have to defend this throw, and they do so. And Lathan is on this, and he tucks it away, and I don't know if he it's a touch, and they finally do boot it down the field, and it's hooked away by Joel. And nice move, and it goes across the park, and this should be potentially a shot depending upon who's on this. 2 dribbles take place and a dispossession, and Town come out. Damon Ming is on the move, an early ball across, and he can pick it up now. As a result, I don't even think he saw him. Didn't see Angelo there. Shaquille was in his world, and he didn't see that Angelo Simmons was closing on him. Ooh. And a wonderful move by Adolphus to come across to thwart that direct shot on goal. And we're closing on this match, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're in the 86th minute, and Dandytown retained their comfortable lead of 3-0. Damon Ming does a step over, attempts to cross the ball, goes too high, too long, and as a result goes into touch, whereby a goal kick will ensue by Shaquille Bean. Ball's driven long, headed defensively by Town, driven over the top, and this is a running play, knocked on beautifully, and Trulich Joram was able to get the benefit. We've got a player down, holding his face, on the field shortly. Maybe not, they're waving him off. Player for Somerset who's going down for stretching. A little bit of a cramp there. Nice step over. Cross will take place, but he chose not to. Lathan comes across. Swept in. Ball rolled up nicely. Just momentarily. Wonder what happened there. He's probably caught the back of his heel. Yeah, disadvantage as a result of that. Achilles step on the back of the heel. That's Lathan. Yeah. Somebody ran up the back of his on his Achilles. Somebody stepped on the back. It's painful. He's limping there. Or the knee bandage, the bandaged knee. The knee is that's number 6. Kawande Lathan. Maybe got banged on his knee. Swept over the top. And we're into the final minute of play, maybe 4 minutes extra time. Fourth official's about to put up.
Well done, Tristy.
Go forward. Go forward, Angelo.
And Dominique moves the ball down the center of the park. No, I don't think this one's gonna go. We thought it might, but definitely not. Not at 3-0 now. Dandytown firmly in control of this one. And as a result, the official has put up the 4-minute extra time sign. And Somerset still looking to raid, maybe to get something on this. Jazz Rattery Smith looking to dribble. And this is an opportunity. Whoa, Jesus. What? Ball bounced freely there, and a new ball has entered the pitch. Nicely taken to the near post, and there's a fight to get it away, and knocked in, knocked down. Oh, the execution wasn't done all that well. Joe looks to slide the ball. The ball should be crossed early. It is, and booted away with large degree and authority. As a result, into touch. Match, ladies and gentlemen, will the Charity Cup will be the first trophy that the Dandytown Hornets will potentially have on their mantle, and they retained it, as a matter of fact. Damon Mings on the ball. He's going baseline. He's going to attempt to square cross, and there's an attempt to put it in, and they're going to go long. Ball should go up, and it should be knocked over with a head or knock. It's a nice move. This ball should be knocked back, should be swept to the right or left, I'm sorry, pushed to the covers, and the push to the cover was just too much, all the way back to the keeper. And the goalkeeper is looking to try to bring this game to an end by holding the ball to the baseline. Finally releases. Brendan slides to Sion Darrow. Sion Darrow goes back defensively. Lynn Tucker slides it into Darrow, and Darrow, the ball was not accurate. They're going to go over the top. They should go long. Brendan. Nice turn, but defensively met. Pressure's being put on, and the ball's knocked loose. An attempt to move, nicely lifted over the toe, but Lynn Tucker sweeps the ball, and the ball's on the far right-hand side of the field. Damon Ming will touch this ball early, and this is an opportunity. Wonderful save by Shaquille Bean, and the game as a result of that final shot on goal and saved by the keeper Shaquille Bean. A wonderful foot save, and the match has come to a dramatic end. I'm sure he saw goal all day there, but unfortunately Shaquille Bean came up big But the match does end with a 3-0 score in favor of the Dandytown Hornets, and they retain the cup, the Charity Cup 2015. And again, Somerset has come here on this theater, having come to this particular Charity Cup. This is the 3rd time in a row, and they've come and they've not been successful. We may get to see them. They are the league champions again next year. They've got some work to do, and Dandytown Hornets will just take the trophy back, dust it off, and put it back into what they may consider to be its rightful place, having had it from last year. But we wish the BFA well. We wish all the teams getting geared up for the Bermuda football season 2015-2016 well. And with that, we're going to send you back to the station. And tonight, we're going to go back to the station to pay some bills. Yes, we're back here at the Goose Gosling Arena, ladies and gentlemen, with a presentation for the cup. The Charity Cup is going to be made by the Bermuda Football Association to the winning team, and that is the Dandytown Hornets. It's basically a repeat of last year, where they retained this particular cup and started off the season with winning it, and they're going to do much the same this year. And a credit to their program and consistency for being on this level, and the coach and the coaching staff and the organization of Dandytown should be commended for being able to provide a team and a product of this particular caliber. So we await the official presentation by the president of the association, Mr. Larry Mossington, joined by the development officer of the BFA, Mr. Mark Wade. We also have in attendance Mr. Weeks of the community, and also he has the Dandytown ties. So I'm sure he's beaming as a result. And we have a round of applause by the Dandytown Hornets as the coach is speaking to his players. And the Somerset team comes also to join in the festivities, even though they've also been here before. And the presentation will begin now with an address from the president of the association, Mr. Larry Mossington. Cool. The two teams have congratulated each other, and the president is getting ready to do the presentation, looking for the captain to come forward. Mr. Mark Wade presents the trophy to the captain, Brendan Minus, and as a result, photo ops are being taken by media, our own media and other media. It's all good. Great for the game. And there he goes, ladies and gentlemen. The team There it is. 2015 Charity Cup champions, the Dandytown Hornets. We wish them well in the regular season as well, and any other attempts in other competitions. Mr. Darrell, see you on. So, Damon? Yep. I'm good.